I'm excited to be here. Yourself. If you had the opportunity to walk out this door into cameras and microphones, and the question was, who are you? What would you say? I used to have 6 offices in the States and 1 up in Canada, 7 in North America. And as a businessman, I discovered it's not how much you make, it's how much you take home. So I decided to consolidate my offices into 1 office, and I decided I needed a woman to run my life. They do it anyway, why not pay one? And I am such a fan of women in business. I can't publicly stand on a stage and say women-owned businesses, women-run businesses are better than men-owned businesses or run businesses. But I can say, and I'm sure you'll all agree, they are different, and it's so awesome. What a difference. So I do the interview process, and I find Laura Calchera, a godsend, unbelievable. And after 2 months working together, not working for me, working with me, building something together, I say to Laura one day, I want you to have your own business card. I want you to have your own calling card so you're proud of what we're doing together. You can hand it out to everyone and spread the word. She says, cool, but what's my title? I said, I don't care, make one up. She orders the business cards. 10 days later, they arrive in the office. My staff is out to lunch. Out of curiosity, I lift up the lid of the box sitting on her desk, and her business card says, Laura Calchera, Supreme Commander. What do you think of yourself? What are people saying about you behind your back? Joel Thieler, Chief Operating Officer. He is like 12 years old, you know. With that much responsibility and that much success under his belt, you'd think he'd be an old guy. He looks 12, but what a sharp cookie. However, what they're saying behind his back, where's Joel? They're saying, you're so successful, you play so much golf, you actually gather friends together to show them slides of work. I thought that was hilarious. What are people saying behind your back? If I could pass out a piece of paper right now and have you write down the name of the person in this company, in Syntec Global, who is the most positive influence in your life so far, wouldn't that be cool if your name appeared on everybody's sheet of paper? But what a drag it would be if I had you flip that paper over and write down the name of the most negative, the naysayer, the most pessimistic person in the company, and your name appeared on someone's sheet. And what a choice that is for us to actually regulate what people say behind our backs. Case in point, an Army sergeant calls up the commissary. Young private answers the phone. And the sergeant says, give me an inventory check. And the private says, we have 1,500 rifles, 10 tanks, and 1 fat-headed sergeant's Jeep. Sergeant says, what? Private says, we have 1,500 rifles, 10 tanks, and 1 fat-headed sergeant's Jeep. Sergeant says, do you know who this is? Private says, nope. Sergeant says, this is the sergeant. Private says, whoa, do you know who this is? Sergeant says, no. He says, good, bye-bye, fathead. Let's talk. If we can create an identity in our neighborhoods, in our families, in our current places of employment, if we can create an identity that when people come into our space and always leave saying, I like me best when I'm with you, I want to see you again. As Josh Nelson so eloquently explained to us earlier today, likes attract likes. Energy sells. I like me best when I'm with you. I want to come and find out why you have so much energy, why you're so powerful, and why you're so positive.